So Canny recently hit a $1 million ARR milestone. Now, whatever size business you're running, that's still a big deal because they did that, they made that money. But I've been loving their marketing site a lot recently. I've been rebuilding my own, and so I've been taking a look at theirs quite a bit. And their landing page shows that information matters and that you don't necessarily need fancy visuals to grow your company. Now, today, once again, I'm joined by Haines, who was previously head of growth at Bare Metrics, but is now running a really high quality marketing community called Swipe Files, which I definitely think you should check out. Are you ready? Let's dive in. All right. Hey, Corey, we're back again. Looking at Canny
Back.
today.
All right, let's do it. I love it. I've followed Canny for a long time, and super excited to dig into the landing page. I think they just made an update recently as well, so that'll be cool to have a
Oh,
fresh
cool.
kind of a fresh thing to look at.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. What you mean, like an update to their marketing page?
Yeah, because I know they've brought on a couple marketing people. I think just recently they hit $1 million ARR, and they sort of did a refresh on the marketing side as well, fairly recently. I think within the last few months, I want to say.
Yeah. Isn't it wild that they managed to hit 1 million ARR? So, I mean, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, I
And
think about 4 years. I want to say 4 or 5
okay,
years.
all right. Yeah, I mean, it's really, I mean, that's okay. So that's a bit less slower than I thought. But hey, I've been running a business for 4 years and I'm not that level. So what do I know?
It's impressive nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, any time you hit that number, it's a win. It's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah. So one of the things that I really, I've been spending a lot of time on this page recently because I'm rebuilding a bunch of marketing pages myself, and I came across this because I mean, like it's in a totally different part of the feedback market than my product, but at the same time, there's some kind of similarity in the way that people talk about feedback that really interests me, and so I've been I'm going to say taking heavy inspiration from bits of this, including weirdly their URL structure, which is just there's just such a comprehensive site, and I can kind of talk about that in a second. But I think one of the things that stands out about this for me is just that there's really no design that you would expect from a tech company. We're so used now to kind of crazy levels of visuals and things. And it was so refreshing to come to this page and go, hey, like these people really, really know what they're doing and they don't need to show you. They can just say, hey, here we go. This is what we do. You can decide for yourself. I think for me that was the kind of the biggest takeaway
Mm.
here. So like I instantly know what Canny does. I don't need to go any further if I don't want to. Um,
Right.
Build better products with customer feedback. It's That's a fantastic landing page for me. And this is way longer than this, but just being able to look at the hero here and be able to say, hey, is this the right product? Am I in the right place?
Mm. Yeah. No, absolutely. I think especially having I think a lot of times what you'll see is you'll see like a really big headline with maybe a really small sub headline, and then maybe and then the call to action, and the screenshot or the video or the mock-up is kind of like off to the side, or it's kind of a second class citizen. But here I feel like the screenshot is a first class citizen, and it's really kind of forward, and it's almost like you look at the screenshot and then you say like, I think I know what this is, but then you read the copy and you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense for sure what it is. And you
Yeah.
can even then watch the video. And I do like this kind of small details here of the blinking, see how it works button, which would trigger the pop-up module to watch the video. But yeah, I agree. I mean, it's very, it has a sort of minimalistic marketing vibe, where
Yeah,
there's just enough here. There's all the right components, but there's nothing extra. There's no fluff.
for sure. And one thing that stood out again for me is as I was hovering around the page, I actually noticed that unlike a lot of companies, these customer logos, They actually link to case studies. I don't
Smart.
know about you, but one thing that I often feel with products that landing pages on products is like I'm not sure how much I believe about the case study that you're trying to sell me here, because
Mm,
they don't actually end up linking out and saying, well, what did Ahrefs use Canny for? Like that could be you tried it out once, or somebody with a that as their address signed up. But actually, no, these are products that I use, and therefore I want to learn more about how they got to where they are using this product. I find that really refreshing.
oh yeah, absolutely. I think I'm starting to see that more and more. But it's like you said, the logo pool is sort of used. It's it's a little bit tired, and
Yeah,
so anything you can do. I've seen a couple other companies now. They'll start linking even their quotes and testimonials to case studies or to video testimonials.
yeah.
Even now we're seeing the logos themselves link out to a case study or another testimonial or a video testimonial. So I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and I think scrolling down this page, you just really get quickly the feeling they genuinely know exactly who they're talking to. Ditch a messy spreadsheets. I've literally had one of those in the past for product feedback, and get it all into one tool. That's a big problem for people.
Mm,
And here I can just see, okay, they've solved this for me. Um, I think just what I was talking about, the features pages earlier, and the URL structure. Every time I click on one of these, so I know we're talking about a landing page, but the kind of structure of all of this is just so neat. Like it just kind of trickles down into everything that it, I feel like I'm being taken on a journey by Canny's marketing team here.
right.
Um, and just I think that's really, really important, but it all links into each other. So every time I finish a page, I end up going to the next features page. And actually,
Mm,
you don't often see people use their pages that are deeper into the website to take you on a journey. They often get neglected for whatever reason. And
right.
I
It's a
just really,
cul-de-sac.
yeah, exactly. You end up in this sort of weird thing, like, where do I go now?
Right.
Yeah,
That's a good point. If you scroll down to that same section again, I really like the how it works right
this
under
one.
the here about the
Yeah.
fold. Um, One, because it just gives you like a really quick summary of what you're about to read and see, and so it kind of primes you a little bit to give you information. But also, if you notice, I mean, this landing page is very much geared to a solution aware audience where they already know that they don't like what they're currently doing. They hate the spreadsheets, right? They're aware that ideas are slipping through the cracks. Feedback is in multiple tools. Like they already feel the problem. They're aware of the problem, and now they're looking for something. And so are they leaving people, are they leaving money on the table maybe with not catering to people who don't have this problem? I mean, maybe that's definitely a trade-off, but for sure this what they're doing here is very well serving the solution aware audience.
Yeah, yeah, I think you've just hit the nail on the head. The solution aware thing is really the key for this whole page. It's not just they're trying to sell me something and I've got no clue what's happening. As a person who has had to manage parts of this process, I know how painful it can be. And every time I see, okay, prioritize customer feedback, like I look at it and I think I've had a problem in the past with being able to prioritize things for product decisions.
Hmm.
And yeah, you're totally right. The solution aware thing is just it's just perfect.
Yeah. My one critique is that uh, as you can see, the page, it feels like the page ends a little bit abruptly because
Yeah.
they don't repeat the call to action or have anything else. Now they do a good job, like you said, of kind of siphoning off and letting people go down this journey of,
Mm,
which feature do you want to look at, which integrations do you want to look at, which case studies do you want to look at. But the one thing that's missing right there is, okay, so you have a solution aware audience who is looking for something exactly like this. Now you need to get them to take action.
mm,
And that second and last call to action is the place where you want to really kind of hammer it, hit it out of the park and
Mm,
say, here's the reason why you should get started right now. And
yeah.
it's easy as 1, 2, 3 free trial. You give them all the details about how easy it is to get started, but you don't see that here. And so it feels a little bit like, oh, you can come back when you're ready, or like keep exploring, but like, all right, you got the solution already, people. These are the people who are going to be primed to get started right now. Take advantage of that.
Yeah. Whenever I see something like that, and um, I kind of wonder, especially with a free trial product, whether that's almost intentional, that they kind of don't want you to convert if you're not going to check out more detail before
Hmm.
signing up. It's because, and the reason, like I say that, is because if I just, I'm gonna see if I can find one of these. So they have done a lot of really good work on their call to actions on other pages, uh,
Ah,
but but it's only on the landing page that they don't. And to be honest, I hadn't noticed the landing page one myself, that it didn't have a call to action at the bottom where it normally would be.
hmm.
But I kind of wonder whether they've done this, check out our case studies, because they want people to delve deeper before they go, hey, I'll invest and move all of my product feedback into this tool.
I think you're onto something there. I bet you if we asked them, that would be the thought going into it, because I mean, in every other landing page, basically you would see the call to action round off and kind of
Right.
conclude the page, but here you don't. And so it seems like where they want you to go next is the case studies, maybe
Mm.
also assuming that you've already looked at the integrations and some of the other feature pages as well.
Yeah. And then I wish that it was easier to see data for conversions and things on people's landing pages. It would be so interesting to see.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, cool. Let's round it up. Thanks for that.
All right.
Bye.
That was a great one. I love it.
Well, hey, look, if you enjoyed that video and you enjoyed that conversation with Corey today, then I definitely think you should subscribe. We'll have more coming up with Corey and more of these teardowns to follow. So hit subscribe on the video. Definitely check out Corey's community, Swipe Files, and I'll see you again. Take care.